Good morning, everyone. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. I had a really long walk out in the mud yesterday. It was really great to be able to get outside after the rain. And the upside of that is that because it was raining, there was not many people out and about, so which is really beautiful to walk through the bush when you're the only one doing it. So this morning I'm talking about diarrhea. So things to watch out for that could be helpful. Foods. Hi, Sonia Ray. Foods to do and some things to watch out for. So I'm Ange Sinclair and I'm the Digestive Detective. Last week I talked about the causes of diarrhea, and today I'm going to talk about some of the complications of diarrhea and when to go to the doctors. So the most dangerous sign, especially in children, but can also be problematic in adults, is dehydration. So signs of dehydration to look out for are eyes that look really dull and sunken, dry lips, and around your mouth is really dry, scant urine, which just means not very much, really fatigue and lethargy, struggling to get up. Severe dehydration can cause fainting and weakness, confusion, kidney failure, shock. Then you go into a coma essentially. So you want to make sure that you're staying hydrated. Don't use coffee or alcohol when you have diarrhea, as these are really dehydrating in themselves. So some other things to look out for as well: if you have a fever greater than 38 degrees, or you experience any abdominal pain, bloody diarrhea, anytime you have blood in the stools, you should go to the doctor. That's a really red flag to get checked over. If your diarrhea hasn't improved in 72 hours and it's new for you, that's a really good time to go to the doctor. You can't keep down any fluids, and now you're becoming dehydrated. So, which I mentioned, but it's worth mentioning again, coconut water is not suitable for rehydration. You can become really dehydrated thinking that coconut water is going to rehydrate you. There is not enough electrolytes in coconut water to rehydrate you. So other things, if you become really listless or weak or confused, that's a really good time to go to the doctor too. And if you got your diarrhea from antibiotics, you need to go back and check that you haven't caught Clostridium difficile. That's really important if you've taken antibiotics and you've finished your course and you've still got diarrhea. So some of the things that you can do is wash your hands. You know, we're all so used to that now, and that helps stop the spread of infection. So foods that really help people with diarrhea, I like to recommend the BRAT diet for acute, and it's easy to remember. So the BRAT diet is essentially bananas, rice, apple sauce, and toast. So you basically want really, really bland and binding foods. So good options are rice pudding, eggs, steamed or stewed apple, or even just grated apple till it's gone brown, chicken and cinnamon. The apples work well because they have pectin in them, and pectin helps bind up the bowel, so when you have diarrhea. So avoid all dairy products except for possibly yogurt, because yogurt that has live bacteria in it, and I don't mean like a ski strawberry, I mean like a natural yogurt. So avoiding dairy is important, because during an acute or in a viral or bacterial infection, the bacteria can injure the cells of the small intestine, and this can cause a deficiency of our lactase enzyme, which can give us lactose intolerance. So that will cause more diarrhea over the long term. So you wanna try not to have any dairy products. So don't get your coffee with your milk in it. Carob is really fantastic, especially for treating kids, because it's sort of like chocolatey and they can take it. There's really good research about carob and diarrhea. My probiotic of choice here is Saccharomyces boulardii, and that's a mouthful. So if you go to the chemist and you want some of that, you just say SB, and they will know what you're talking about. SB probiotic. It's a shelf-stable one. It's easily accessible in most places. So that I think is really good. So during an acute flare-up, don't eat solid foods. Always try and just use replenishing liquids, because that's really helpful, like water, herbal teas, vegetable broths. Coconut water, again, not enough to rehydrate, but will help get some hydration into you with other stuff. There are commercial products like Pedialyte and Gastrolite that are available for diarrhea. Not my first choice, just due to the colouring and flavourings in them. And they inflame the bowel when the bowel's already inflamed, so probably not your best choice. There is a really great one that you can buy from the chemist with Inner Health Plus, and that's called Rehydrate, and it's a really good one to have on hand, especially if you're going away or you're going camping or things like that. Using olive oil on your foods when you have diarrhea has been clinically shown to slow down your transit time because of the oleic acid in the olive oil. And you can find oleic acid in avocados, almonds and olives as well. So when you have diarrhea, it's really important to use fiber. So looking at things like flax seeds, and I use often acacia fiber to help with this because it can bulk up the stools but really slow them down, which is what you want. So don't put up with diarrhea for any length of time. It is debilitating and exhausting. And if anybody's ever heard me talk, I've had a lady that has had diarrhea for 40 years and she resolved it pretty quickly once she knew what the steps to take. So if you need more help with your diarrhea, book in for a free 15-minute consultation. So I can help you make a roadmap of where you go next and what you do. For those of you on Facebook, the link will be in this post. I've forgotten to put it in, but I'll go back and do that. And Instagram, it's in the bio, and LinkedIn, it will also be in the comments. So see you tomorrow for Transformation Tuesday. It's a good one tomorrow. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and have a great one. Bye.